Okay, now we're going to talk about Pythagorean Theorem problems. I know you all remember a right triangle from your geometry classes. Well, in a right triangle, you've got a 90-degree angle. We usually put a little square in the corner. Opposite the 90-degree angle is your hypotenuse. These other two sides are called legs in your triangle. And you probably remember something called the Pythagorean Theorem that says a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. What you need to remember is that a and b are the legs of the triangle, and c is the hypotenuse. And it is always the biggest number that you have in the problem. The hypotenuse is going to be the longest of all three sides in the right triangle. Now these problems are all going to be using your Pythagorean theorem. So let's look at a couple of examples here. A piece of property has the shape of a right triangle. The longer leg is 20 meters longer than twice the length of the shorter leg. The hypotenuse is 10 meters longer than the length of the longer leg. Find the lengths of the sides of the triangular lot. All right, so we've got a triangle, so let's draw it. Okay, here is our triangle. There's our right angle. This side right here is our hypotenuse. These two sides are the legs. So let's look at what we've got. The longer leg, that would be this one, is 20 meters longer than twice the length of the short leg. We don't know what that short leg is, so let's call that one x. Now that we know that this leg is 20 meters longer than twice this. So twice x plus 20. And that's our long leg. The hypotenuse, that's this one, is 10 meters longer than the length of the longer leg. Well, we know this is the longer leg, so the hypotenuse is 10 meters longer than this, so our hypotenuse is 2x plus 20 plus the 10, because it is 10 longer. So that is actually 2x plus 30, and that is our hypotenuse. This is a right triangle. In order to find the lengths of the sides of the right triangle, you're going to use your Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So here's what we're going to do. Set up your equation. X squared plus 2x plus 20 squared is going to equal to 2x plus 30 squared. All right, now we've got to solve our problem. That's our equation, so let's see if we can solve the problem. Let's scoot this up just a little bit. All right, now how do we correctly do this? X squared plus, this is a binomial squared. Remember, you have to write it twice and then FOIL it out. So 2x plus 20 times 2x plus 20. This is a binomial squared. We're going to do the same. 2x plus 30 times 2x plus 30. All right, now we've got to get rid of our parentheses. We have x squared plus, we're going to FOIL this out. 2x times 2x, 4x squared, plus 2x times 20, 40x, plus 20 times 2x, plus 20 times 20 is 400, equals, same thing over here, FOIL it out. 2x times 2x is 4x squared, plus 2x times 30, 60x, 30 times 2x, 60x, plus 30 times 30 is 900. Now we need to add our like terms. So over here on this side of the equal sign, x squared and 4x squared, that's 5x squared, plus, add these two together, 40 and 40 is 80x, plus 400 is equal to 4x squared, plus 60 and 60 is 120x, plus 900. All right, well this looks like it's going to be a quadratic equation, so we need to get it in standard form. So let's subtract our 4x squared, let's subtract our 120x, and let's subtract our 900 to the other side. So we'll have a minus 4x squared, a minus 120x, and a minus 900. 5 minus 4 is going to give us x squared minus 80 minus 120 is 40x minus 400 minus 900 is going to give us 500. This is now an equation that we can put in our quadratic formula. All right, again, A is going to be 1, B is negative 40, and C is negative 500. So put these in your quadratic formula. And let's see, A is 1, B is negative 40, C is negative 500. And we hit enter. So we're going to get two answers. We get that x is equal to negative 10 and x is equal to 50. All right, once again, does this make sense in our problem? We are talking about a lot, a piece of property. Can a piece of property have an answer of negative 10? Can we have a side of negative 10? No, we cannot. That means that x must be equal to 50. All right, are we answering the question? Well, let's look back. Find the lengths of the sides of the triangular lot. That means we need to find all three sides, and all we have so far is that x is equal to 50. So let's get the other two sides. If we know x is equal to 50, then for the other leg, 2 times 50 plus 20 is going to give us 100 plus 20, which gives us a side of 120. And then for the hypotenuse, that's 2 times 50 plus 30. That is going to equal to 130. So the lengths of all three sides, the answers would be 50, 120, and 130. Okay? Now let's look at another. All right, for this problem, a ladder is resting against a wall. The top of the ladder touches the wall at a height of 9 feet. Find the length of the ladder if the length is 3 feet more than its distance from the wall. Okay, well let's draw a picture and see if we can get this figured out. All right, this is going to be my wall. And my ladder is leaning against the wall. This is going to be my ladder. Here's my right angle. The top of the ladder, here's the top of the ladder, touches the wall at a height of 9 feet. So this is 9 feet. We're looking for the length of the ladder. If the length is 3 feet more than the distance from the wall, this is the distance from the wall. We don't know that, so we'll call that x, which means the ladder needs to be what? Let's think about it. The length is 3 feet more than the distance from the wall, so this has got to be x plus 3. All right, your Pythagorean Theorem says 9 squared plus x squared, the two legs squared, is equal to your hypotenuse squared. All right, so let's solve it. 9 squared is 81. Plus x squared is equal to. Remember, this is a binomial. You need to write it twice and FOIL it. So 81 plus x squared is equal to, FOIL this out, x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times 3, which is 9. Adding our like terms over here, 3 and 3 is going to give us 6x plus 9. So 81 plus x squared is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 9. This looks like it's going to be quadratic, so we need to try to put it in standard form. But if we try to get these x squareds on the same side of the problem, look what happens. X squared minus x squared is 0, x squared minus x squared is 0, and we're left with 81 is equal to 6x plus 9, and it's not quadratic at all. So what we need to do then is just solve this for x. So we are going to subtract 9 from both sides of this problem. So that's going to give us 72 is equal to 6x. So we have 72 is equal to 6x. We need to divide both sides by 6. So x is equal to 12. All right, there's an answer. Does it answer the question? Let's go back and read. Are we answering the question from the problem? Find the length of the ladder. Well, in our drawing, x is not the length of the ladder. X is the distance from the wall. The length of the ladder is 3 feet more than this. So the ladder, if we answer the question, the ladder is going to be 12 plus 3, which is 15 feet. So the answer is 15 feet. Even though we got x is equal to 12, the answer to the problem was 15. So be sure that you go back and see if you answer the question in the problem. And now it would be a good idea for you to pause and work problem 3, 31, and 35 from your book to practice these types of problems.